Good morning. Happy 2/2/22 day. Today is February the 20th of 2020. I have awoken in a very good mood. I usually do. It's very rare for the past year and a half that I wake up in a fugly mood. But there were times when I did wake up pretty angry. And those were the days that I was more aware that something else was taking place within me that I had to purge out. But that's not what this video is about. I also want to first explain that I'm having a symptom of extreme eye blurriness. A lot of, purging from the eyes. I'm using purging because I don't like to use mucus. Mucus seems more disgusting to me than purging does. But that's what the month of February is too. We are purging whether our limitations that we have put on ourselves, we are purging limiting beliefs, we are purging all of those negative thoughts and emotions that have been stored within us. And not just that, we are purging past karma, including ancestral karma this month. So a bunch is going on this month. It has been already. I have felt a lot. It's been an extreme roller coaster ride, and I use that term a lot as well because there's tons of ups and downs on a roller coaster ride. You can have lots of thrills and scary moments, happiness, and complete terrifying moments. So we have been feeling an emotional imbalance, possibly feeling a little ill in itself a lot, just ups and downs, exactly what I said of that roller coaster ride. So today is the 2/2/22 day, one of those days anyway, and a little more insight was given to me, and I'm going to be going back to my notes. So that's why I'm also doing a voiceover today. But the number 2 in itself is about division and separation. You know, you're man and you're woman. You are black, white, Hispanic, Latino, Asian, Indian. All of those are separation, heaven and earth. 3D reality compared to higher dimensional beings and reality and understanding. There is the earth and things like that. There's white and black. There's everything. There's Democrats, Republican, everything. There's all sorts of separation going on within our atmosphere here within this 3D reality. And there has been from the beginning of time. We probably have tons of separation even within ourselves. We do, in fact. We don't know ourself. All of this is collapsing. You've seen it. It's been taking place for a very, very long time. Not a very, very long time. It's been trying to take place for a long time. But I have noticed this dissolution for the past year and a half. As part of my awakening process, I have seen it take place outside of me because it is also dissolved within me. And that's something that you need to understand. Whatever you see outside of you is because it wants to show you what is within you that has not been serving you. So this 2/2/22 goes even far beyond what I actually expected it to in my earlier understanding as we entered into February. Yes, everything that I spoke about before holds true, but this goes at a very deeper level now. Everything that I receive or understand, whatever it is you want to call it, has a much deeper spiritual message. And sometimes it's understood, sometimes it's not meant to be understood until after the fact. So here we are, almost after the fact, because this gateway closes on February 22nd, the night of February 22nd, which is another 2222 day in itself. So these are actual light codes that are coming down. Light codes that are being implanted or awakened within us, okay? Because these light codes have existed within Earth, within the heavens, since the beginning of time. It's just they've been laying dormant within us. Now they can be processed within us because we are waking up to a different light. And now we can utilize this. And these light codes are going to help us integrate and dissolve those separations, whether the separation of self, the separation between God, source, whatever you resonate with, and your being, the separation between angels, the higher realms, the separation between the earth and yourself, the separation between all living things, whether creatures or human beings in itself. So these codes are trying to dissolve not just the separation of self, the separation of God, all that exists, but in doing so, it dissolves the fighting and the chaos that we have seen throughout humanity for so long. And that is important. And then when we can do that, we embody love. We embody love. That brings us a sacred reconnection to all that is, to all that has ever been, and all that will ever be. And it's allowing us to integrate higher consciousness. And that just depends upon where you are willing to venture out and to seek more consciousness, okay? And there's no right and wrong here. So this is where, all of this is very interesting to me because all of this are things that I have already begun to integrate into myself mindfully as I move forward with my awakening process to eliminate all separation. I am so mindful that if I see something and it causes me to feel uneasy or question things, I ask myself why, and I try to dissolve those emotions to create that unity, to create oneness with everything. So I have done this work personally on my own prior to receiving any insight, any codes and things like that. But yes, I have been having assistance too, of course, because energy and light codes are always coming to me as well. But you have that choice. It's your free will to go over and beyond what is actually being given to you on a daily basis from Source, from God, and from the earth, and do what you feel is right within your own heart. And that is an action that receives a little bit more of gift towards, because now you are acting in favor of all that exists. You're not just doing what you're doing because of your own path. You're now doing it for the higher purpose of all things. It's not yourself any longer. And when you do it for the collective, and when you do it for all things, That's pure selflessness, and it's given higher rank, if you will, and you'll receive based upon your rank. And what, it's just what it is. It's and I didn't know that that's what was taking place within myself. It was just something I felt that I had to do in my journey. It was that calling, that deep-seated calling that I've always had since I was a child. A greater existence, a greater purpose. I never knew what it was, but I knew it required something, and it finally clicked within me, a year and a half ago. So, and this is something that you have to choose. Do you have this desire in your heart, this seed? Has it been planted in your heart to do something greater than yourself? So what I was going to say is that right here, what I'm about to say is the separation between the dimensions. Because I know for myself, with my experience, I know I don't know all of the existence of, I have been shown different dimensions. I have been shown different beings, and I find it very fascinating, and it's now all of this is trying to dissolve as well, to let everyone know again, all that exists is within us, and we all know this, except we have been put to sleep to forget it when we come here as our human self. So more people are going to be shedding this and opening up to the greater existence that does exist, whether yours will be angels or other beings of light from different galaxies, whatever it is. It could be more than just one or two things. It could just be one, not just one. One is enough, and one is special, and one, it's just as great as if you can see 10 different beings, whatever it is. We are all great. We are all special. So I hope I am giving that impression when I am speaking. I don't mean to put anything down. That's not my point. So I'm trying to use correct wording here, as to not make you feel as if you see only angels, that you are not important or special, or your gift isn't important or special, because it is. We all have a gift that is important, regardless of what is given to us to see and share. And I want you to put that into your heart. So no matter what you have right now, you do have the capability of having more. It's just by making that choice. You have to make that choice. So that's what I'm excited about, because what I have been, I have the glimpses of other things that I have been given. So basically, we have a chance to awaken through love and return to existence that has been long forgotten, without any distortions. And that gives so much possibility for all of us. It brings so much peace to all of us, because the thing is that we all, as light beings, light bears, light workers, whatever you resonate with and want to call yourself, starseed, we're coming from somewhere else, and we shall return to that destination. And our spirit is always calling home. I mean, if you're someone who has always been fascinated with the stars and the heavens, you're always gazing and looking upward and wondering and saying, I feel so much at peace when I am just looking there. I see something there, but I don't know what it is. Your spirit is connected to the stars because you belong to the star system, because you are a star seed. You are a light worker, and you want to go back home. And you can feel like home here on earth. And that is your job. Okay, I apologize. I had a interruption, and then I decided to have a quick visit with my granddaughter. But I believe I ended that video with being connected with the stars. Your job in life is to figure out why you are having those types of emotions, sensations, as to why you are feeling connected to certain aspects of life, and then figuring out why you are feeling disconnected to other things. And when you find that understanding, and you are always mindful of that, and you bring that understanding and awareness again into your heart center, you change the complexity of who you are. Every aspect of your being will shift into being who it was created to be, not who you were trained to become. I hope that makes sense for you. So I am going to try and recapture where I was going with all of this, but I'll do my best, so please forgive me if I don't. But the purpose again for this number 2 that amplified, because now there are 4 2s, in receiving this light code, it is to activate your DNA within you. It's not just about changing your mindset, changing your heart. It goes deeper and at a more spiritual level. And this is the purpose of what light does. Light heals at a cellular level and goes even beyond that. This is going to allow the purity of your own soul to emerge fully, and by living from this place and space of the time and now. As each opens their heart fully to return to self-love, self-respect, and self-acceptance of all aspects and versions of selves, they are to reconnect with their own humanity inside. And when we dissolve these illusions, because what we have been trained to believe is the illusion, okay? Because this is not truth. If it is not truth, it is the illusion that removes you from truth. When you do that, you are you're taking full responsibility for every action that you have played out, not just within your own existence, but then in the existence of others who have been within your lifetime. This is something that you understand, that with every cause there is an effect, that with everything that you say there will be a reaction. But during this healing and understanding and knowing part of you that you can attain, you know that with that cause and effect thing, that it is necessary to take place in order for you to see the lesson. And I'm going to go back to bringing the awareness back into your heart, because it's so important to being your light being. When you bring awareness into your heart center, you release. You release your own personal karma. You release your ancestral karma that has been implanted within you because of your birth. Because we don't just have our own experiences that go with us throughout our own lifetime until we eliminate those, but we also have the baggage from our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, our uncles, our cousins, everybody stemming down from the beginning of time, who we are related to as a being, which all of us are related to people. We have picked those ideas and emotions and conditions up into being who we are, into thinking that that's who we are. We are conditioned to believe that we will have a disease based upon what hereditary diseases we have been told exist within the family, and so on and so on and so on. We have this chance of removing all of that. If you are seeing, even before all of my posts coming here, which if you are coming here, it is amplifying what you are already seeing in your life. That if you are seeing the 2222, it means you are receiving an upgrade. You are receiving this light code subconsciously, okay? You don't realize it's taking place until you bring it into your awareness. Once you bring it into your awareness again, something else goes beyond what you have already received. Because a lot of people will see 2222 and not make that connection until it's brought into their awareness. And then they go beyond the normal steps of figuring out why. When you question why, you're opening doors. You're opening doors to a different way of being. So this is something also that is a part of this separation in the number 2222 gateway, is that you have a chance here to let it all go, to let anything that has been holding you back, that is not serving you, to be released. Because regardless if it's good or bad, it is necessary. That's called duality. The light and the darkness have to exist for there to be one or the other. And when you just see it as that, as an occurrence that just is, you see the lesson, and you don't claim it as a negative experience. So you have the right and the choice to dissolve all of this. And so I am going to end with this, because after that interruption, I have lost really most of my train of thought. But knowing that you are here and watching this video, you are not just activating what I am speaking about. You are accelerating this code. And all you have to do is just absorb, okay? Absorb. And receive. Be open to receiving this. No matter what your mindset might be telling you to believe. Because you're right now in this, could be right now in this phase of in denial right now. That's what we have been trained to believe. in a certain condition. But if you are here, it is because something needs to be received and absorbed. And I hope that you do. We receive codes all the time without our knowing, in forms of numbers and symbols, other kinds of language that you may not be aware of, that comes down subconsciously and implants within us. And it is always coming in at every given moment. But when we have that awareness and then move with that awareness and receive it within our heart center, we're activating it at a deeper level, and therefore becoming the true light being that we were always meant to be. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.